Welcome to IgentForm channel. My name is Paweł Kociołek and I would like to demonstrate how we can benefit from IgentForm software functionality in projects with form finding problem. Let's imagine that we are to design a hall with given dimensions and project assumptions. As we can see, one point is given in variant form. Moreover, this criterion leads to generation of structure variants with different roof shape. It is not a typical task where usually a form is enforced, but it is also not a rare case, especially in situations where strength criteria play important role in the project and architect cooperate with engineer at an early stage of design in order to find optimal solution. In our example, we can notice from the shown criteria for generation and evaluation that the aim is to find such a value of a roof lift that the criterion of the permissible vertical displacement is fulfilled. Of course, program allows to define more generation criteria and rating criteria, but let's keep this example basic. The task apparently seems very simple, but the given criteria resulting in a significant change in geometry of the structure for each variant makes that so defined task is practically unworkable in an existing software, like for example Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis, due to time constraints. Each option would require manual generation of new 3D model, which would make this approach very inefficient. Let's see how this task can be performed in IgentForm software. To do this, I load previously prepared file, which was created in a few minutes. I will try to show shortly how desired assumptions have been realized. Model has been generated based on a contour with the required dimensions. In a roof option, we choose appropriate sections for roof beams, trusses and steel profiles. In IgentForm, truss is a kind of section in section database, so we can easily define its characteristics, like profiles for chords, posts and diagonals type. Also, side height of truss is defined as 1.25 meter. Structure parameters, which are defined as variants, we defined in node variants of model in branch generation criteria. So I defined one criteria for roof lift. Appropriate curve is chosen, applied to required structural lines, and set of desired lift values is introduced. These parameters are set for upper and lower surface. If we would like to change only upper surface and leave lower surface straight, one should switch off the option lower surface. The next point are rating criteria, which are defined in node variants of model in branch rating criteria. We can see here one criteria with needed parameters. In the example, exploitation load case as uniform load on roof has been defined. We can display it by switching on calculation model. As in rating criteria, I will use loads combination. SLS combination has also been defined. After choosing the option variants of the model, we can verify that program really generated 6 variants and we can easily switch between them in real time. Before we start calculations, let's verify the correctness of the assumptions. For this, we use the option of direct export to Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis. This export is performed by using dedicated API interface and saving the file in RTD format. As in my example, roof beams in X direction lie on trusses, so I will switch on an option Take offsets into account to have more reliable results. IgentForm supports also other formats like DXF, IFC and OBJ. Thanks to it, model created in IgentForm can be easily exchanged with other commonly used programs. Model exported in RTD format is calculation model, so after opening it in Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis, it is generally ready for calculations. Now we are in RSA environment and we can at once start these calculations. We go to results and I display a table with displacements. After choosing extreme values and load combination, we can check the highest value. It is 63 mm, so comparing it to 40 mm, we see that the value of displacement exceeds the limit value. Therefore, a shape optimization in this case is justified. Now, the procedure of variance comparing can be started. As we defined strength criteria, calculation engine of Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis program will be used in the background. At the moment, analysis of one variant in this example lasts a dozen of seconds, so the whole calculation lasts about 1 minute 30 on the computer with processor i7-4790. So let's go to the moment when calculations are finished. First, we can verify that our results are reliable. Displacement value for straight roof is the same as calculated directly in RSA. As the most optimal is chosen a variant with a roof lift equals to 1.5 meter. It should also be noted that in this case the feather lift of the roof is ineffective because practically no change in the displacement value is observed. Solutions with roof lifts smaller than 1.5 meter were rejected due to failure to meet the given criteria. Thank you very much for your attention, and to see more films I encourage you to subscribe to IgentForm film channel.